last several weeks, internet investigators began noticing a strange pattern. Scientists connected to advanced technologies appearing to vanish under mysterious circumstances. Artificial intelligence, aerospace engineering, quantum systems, defense-adjacent research. Soon, online theories exploded. Were these disappearances connected? Was a classified project underway? Were the world's greatest minds being quietly gathered for something catastrophic? Or were we watching a modern conspiracy theory being born in real time? Join us tonight as we take a deep dive into the disappearance of all the scientists with the Veritas Project. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast, the Project Investigation Collaboration, brought to you by the Veritas Project. And as always, we are here with our gracious host and founder of the Veritas Project, Robert Wikibop Curtis.
Hello.
And I'm lead investigator Todd Boyer, and welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yeah, welcome in.
Oh, well, today is Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because I thought you were going to be dressed up all nice too, and so this is actually a flip-flop of 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You had your suit on because you had to work that weekend.
I was working, yeah.
And I've got mine, dress jacket on, one of my jackets on because I took my mom out for Mother's Day.
I got Geisha DJ for the fit.
Geisha DJ.
Look at that. Mixing it up old school.
Oh, man. Oh, let's see. I had something in mind and I went out the window.
Yeah. Well, Friday the government gave us disclosure, and the house is going pretty good. In unrelated news.
Yeah, well, it is kind of related news, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just want to say, Bob, how does it feel to be right again?
Yeah.
So,
right.
What was it, 6 months ago-ish, when Congress was putting out there that, hey, aliens are real, they're in our ocean, they're out there. And we talked about it. And because we saw it live,
yeah,
from the floor of Congress,
right?
No mainstream media picked it up.
No, they couldn't.
Nobody touched it.
Yeah,
and here we are.
But the deadline is coming up, so they're putting out all of the evidence onto the Department of War. I guess they call it now, the Department of War's website, and it's a big nothing burger. I didn't see anything. There was no biological entities or EBEs or whatever they've been claiming. There was none of that. It was the same grainy FLIR footage of a thing blowing in the wind. It's the same crap that we always get from them.
Right.
People were excited about the star. There's a picture of a star-shaped UFO. I'll put it in here. And the thing about FLIR footage is you're not looking at an image.
You're looking at
heat. Right. So the fact that it has like the North Star, points on it doesn't really mean that's how the object is shaped. That just means that's how the heat signatures coming off of it looks.
Right.
It could be that the heat is actually from a lens flare, and the lens flare is shaped like the star is. You know what I mean? Like, none of that proves anything. If anything, this is more of the government just wagging their middle finger in your face, going, ha, 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 ha. We told you we were going to disclose, but we're not going to because, we don't work for you, basically. The other pictures are weak. There was a video of a UAP flying through a field of windmills, the wind turbine things, and that is mildly interesting.
Right.
But still, it's like a car-sized, UAP sphere thing, and it's like flying through the field of
we
wind
may
turbines.
see some more stuff, but
yeah, there is more stuff that they're scheduled to release this week.
Come out,
but
so.
It's not really that exciting. A lot of people on the TikTok were blowing up about it, like, "Oh, this is disclosure. This is what we've been asking for." Like,
not really. It's the same videos we've seen.
Yeah, it's the same stuff we've seen over and over again.
But hopefully, more will get released.
Yeah,
over time.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
We hope. But let's go ahead and jump into today's topic.
Yeah.
So, where the hell are these scientists going?
Right.
I mean, social media users began to, realize that multiple scientists connected to advanced theories and projects just started either disappearing or reported unalived,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of the posts implied that, you know, it was coordinated disappearance or secret operation, right? And it's all over the place. The problem is, it's too coincidental to be coincidental, in my opinion.
Right.
That's
Right.
where I'm going.
And a lot of these, the claims, like the general that went missing, he left his cell phone and his wallet at the house and then just left.
Vanished, yep.
Yeah.
Just left.
And the blonde haired guy, I forget, I'm terrible with names, but the blonde haired guy actually put out a post on his Instagram the week before his self unaliving that he had no intention of doing that.
Unaliving himself.
Right.
And,
He had
yep.
no. If you see anything in the contrary, it's bogus because he has no intention of doing that. And then here, fast forward 1 week, and suddenly he did.
So we're talking, these people were all over the board, but connected at the same time.
Yes.
So we have AI research, aerospace engineering, quantum computing, defense system, energy technology. I know there was some anti-gravity scientists
Yes.
in there. Like, I mean, these are things that could either A, deal with UFOs, right? So they could have been on the right track. Because what happens anytime anybody discovers anything, they go disappear. They disappear.
Yeah.
You know, how many times have we talked about the unalivings or disappearances of scientists on this podcast?
Right.
You know?
Like we mentioned, the guy who built the engine that ran off of water, tap water.
Yep.
You just took your hose, filled the tank up with tap water, flipped the switch on, and it just made hydrogen out of tap water. And big manufacturers have been working on fuel cell technology for decades, and they aren't any closer than they were back in the 70s. And this guy made it happen.
Right. So, I mean, it's just, where do you go with this? Right?
Yeah.
Were they getting too close to something, or are they being possibly swept away to go work on something? I know you had a take on it. What was your theory on it?
My theory, and this is just my theory, I've never seen anyone else come up with this, but in my mind, sometimes these little tumblers click into a narrative, and it's like, oh my God, I never thought of that before. And my idea is, if you ever seen I don't know if you're not one of the 4 people who saw the George Clooney movie Tomorrowland, but the whole premise of that movie is that they were taking scientists to Tomorrowland so they could work on this, global sustainable project. And for some reason that clicked, because we've been talking about these near misses with these comets, and there's the Apophis, meteor that's supposed to be coming close enough that it might impact the Earth, and all of this talk. And then what if the government knew that Apophis was really going to hit the Earth, and they thought, we need to work on a secret project to move it out of the way so that it doesn't directly impact the Earth? And how do you do that without having everyone know, right? Because the second that you come to Congress and are like, hey, we need $150 billion to work on this, asteroid intercept program, the instant you say that out of your mouth, it'll be leaked to the media.
Right.
That second. And then
you have to either make those people disappear or appear to be unalived.
Right.
And that's the only way you can get them away. Because if you say, honey, I got to go on this project.
Right.
Well, what's the project? Well, I can't tell you. Well, my husband went away on this secret project, blah, 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 right?
Right.
So it's going to get out somewhere. The only way to do it is to straight up be like, nab the person and be like, here's the deal. Your life is over in the outside world.
Yeah.
You need to work on this.
Well,
it's
another
scary.
thing, a thing that I noticed too that I haven't seen anyone else talk about either, is that when I was going through this research for this episode, one thing that got me was like, well, a lot of these people are like researchers in these advanced technology, but they're not government.
Right.
Right. But then I started to do a little more research on them, and I found that even though they aren't, their spouses are secret DOD employees, like secret clearance DOD employees. So even though this person who disappeared was a scientist, they were civilian scientists working on regular aerospace products, their spouse is in the DOD and works for DARPA or works for some other, skunkworks program. So that adds a whole nother layer to it, because before they were saying, well, these people aren't connected. They're not government, employees. They're just contractors. And like, well, They aren't, but their spouse was. So what if that was the in? Their spouse was working on this, and they were like, "Hey, my husband, blah blah blah," and they're like,
Right.
"Oh, really?"
Right. So while we were sitting here and I was looking at our notes that we have in front of us here on the screen, it says quantum computing and secret knowledge. What if, when 8 months ago, when we turned on that chip and we proved that we had to live in a quantum universe because the only way for it to solve that equation
Right. Was to pull on.
was to pull from quantum universes.
Right. Right.
Right? What if that signaled to somebody that we're here and they're coming?
That could be. Or
That just hit me all of a sudden. I was like, oh,
Yeah, that's a valid theory. That like they were talking about when the CERN fired up, it got the attention of alien
right.
technology. They're like, "Oh man, look at that. They're smashing atoms together on this planet."
Those peach
that's a
fuzz
big
monkeys
no-no.
are out there
Right. That's a
doing
violation
things that they shouldn't be doing.
violation of Interstellar Compact 2213, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. So this covers everything from like AI, and now AI is writing a lot of software.
yeah.
A lot of people are using AI for software. And if we get these people together or what if they found a craft and because they took AI, right? Which I'm sure an advanced craft would have AI to help pilot the craft,
Sure.
right? Or just like just like the computer in Enterprise, right? It kind of did everything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What if the ship is so advanced that you can't drive it with a human?
Right.
You need an AI to be like a whole fleet of humans that are inside this tiny craft to actually pilot it. Because
Right.
the aliens piloted it with their brain.
And the anti-gravity would fit right along,
Yes.
and then what were some of the other things? Propulsion, secret propulsion,
Right.
engineering, like all that kind of stuff, all fits into alien spacecraft.
Right.
Theory.
They're trying to build, or maybe they have one that they've already got, and it has some advanced weapon system on it that they think might be
able
powerful
to
enough to destroy a comet or to make it divert away from its trajectory that they don't know how to use it.
Right.
So what they do is they get all of these people into a think tank, and they're like, "We need you to make this fly and shoot. Go do it." We've had this thing sitting in a warehouse since 1947.
Right.
And we need you to make it work because this thing is going to hit the earth and it's going to kill every person on it. So,
Like Bob said, a lot of these people they were either government scientists or their family members had government contracts.
yeah,
Or part of defense contracts. And it's funny how it's all of a sudden, all within a few week period that what are we up to a dozen now?
Yeah.
Within like 2 or 3 weeks.
Well,
they just disappear.
If you look at it from a standpoint of you were building a team, right? You were like the guy in Armageddon. The first one that went missing was the general from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, right? Who would be the head of the project.
Right.
He is a cosmic top secret cleared person. He's a 4-star general. He has all of the back channel access. So he would be the person you would put in first.
In charge to set up the rest of the team.
So that once you get all the team on board, you already have the head shed guy that's going to be like, okay, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Here's your budget. Let's go. Right? He's the one who manages that.
Probably it's an unlimited budget, I'm sure.
Oh,
if it's to save the planet, there is no such thing as budget.
Yeah, right.
You do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But how do you? So if you got to if you're creating something, I guess that would lean into them trying to fix something that we already had or making something work that we already had. Because how would you reach to outside contractors to create intricate pieces?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe that leans more into the fact that we have a craft and need to fix it to do whatever it is we need to do.
To figure out how it
works.
An interface for the human spacecraft interface. Like I say, we're just spitballing here. This is just theory I literally came up with yesterday. So,
and the funny thing is we pull research from AI.
Yeah.
And AI wants to tell us, oh, nothing to see here. Don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah.
You know, and we always have to tell AI that it's like, just give us the facts, quit giving us your opinion, and just show us what it is out there. You know, we want people to do their own research and take a look into it. You know, it's kind of fishy. That's all we're gonna say. It's kind of fishy the way things are unfolding here.
Yeah.
So
these are the topics that I gave it. The Atlas Shrugged and Tomorrowland were the two that I could think of, and then it came back with Armageddon and the other movies there like that. You know,
and this isn't the first time that they've pulled together scientists for secret projects.
No.
You know,
like the Manhattan
Project, the moon missions,
right?
Like all that stuff was like obviously highly secret, right?
Yeah, when the government needed rocket technology, because we didn't have good rocket technology, they just went, well, we got all of these German scientists who aren't doing anything.
Right.
Make our rocket work, man.
So somebody in the TikTok comments, which we don't usually look at the comments, I just happened to notice it come up because obviously we're recording for, YT. Somebody said, are other, scientists from around the world disappearing?
Yes.
And yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
So these aren't just all American scientists. They're from all over.
Right.
So,
but they are all the best or near the best of that field. Or they're the scientist who is a conceptual scientist who is the furthest down the road of that thing. Like the directed energy weapons and those, theoretic propulsion, like those are the people that are missing.
And then here's the funny thing is, of course, like I said, AI's giving us pushback. And AI's like, oh, is this a random thing that we're trying to put a connection? There's only so many coincidences before you got to go, come on, before you got to.
The funny coincidence, speaking of coincidences, is the meteor that is coming to Earth is called Apophis. And then the phenomenon of seeing patterns where they don't exist is called apophenia. So, like, the words are similar even. Because when I was having this conversation with the AI, it was like, well, do you mean this? I'm like, I didn't until you said that. And now I think, wait a minute.
Right. So are they, and here's the thing, if there was an extinction level event that was going to happen, they're not going to tell us.
No, they wouldn't.
They would never tell us because that would cause chaos. They might tell us in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, like you would.
Right? You wouldn't know until you saw the comet in the sky hurtling down at you.
You'd be able to walk outside and see it before they told you. Because everybody on the planet would be like, what is this over here, you think? Why is that comet or meteor that was supposedly not going to hit us the same size as the moon in the sky right now? Right. Yeah. They would not tell you.
Absolutely.
They once they closed the little latch on the bunker and all of their families were all safe inside of the bunker, then through the little microphone on the bunker they'd be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you dummies got like 9 minutes left to live."
I mean,
eat as much cheese as you want. It's all over.
What would you do with your last 20 minutes? That's the question.
Don't look up, right?
Oh, yeah, Don't Look Up. That movie was
right.
Don't Look Up, and they were telling them about it. You know what? Doggone it. Why did that have to come up? Because how many times have they put stuff, literally hide stuff in plain sight to us? Mm-hmm. They put it out there as a movie or as good example, The Matrix. They put the Matrix movie out there so people go, oh, that's just a movie, that's a theory. Right. But how many times on here have we talked about how there's
those things
proof
really
that we live in an artificial world? Yeah. So it's maybe Don't Look Up was another just here's an in your face, here it is, but we're not going to show it to you for real in your face thing. Oh man. Why do we got to see this stuff, Bob? Why do we always Why do we see the patterns?
That's what
Darn gate program trained us, man.
I said that in an episode a long time ago where I was like, I kind of wish I didn't know all of this stuff because I would love to be the guy sitting there watching, soccer or NASCAR or whatever and be like, oh, I'm getting another beer.
Speaking of the Matrix, ignorance is bliss.
Right. Because what's his name? The Cypher in the Matrix. He's like, just put me back into the Matrix. Like, I don't want to know any of this.
Yep. I don't want to remember anything.
Right.
Anything. Oh, the Matrix is telling me the steak is juicy and tender. I saw that movie way too many times.
Yeah, I did too.
So, oh boy. So I know this is a shorter one, guys, but we wanted to touch on it, and
we wanted to give you guys the idea that it's not really something that people are talking about yet. That's why we wanted to we could have done a whole episode about the UFO pictures, but that's a big nothing burger right now. This, I think, is a real thing. And I think that people need to do a little more research. You guys are kind of like our crowd-funded research.
Right.
I think that there's something here, and that's why I wanted to do this episode about it. Because I in the back of my spider sense, it says that all of these scientists are out somewhere working on this project to either back engineer a alien UFO weapon system.
I'm down. I'm thinking that is my thought. That's my thought.
Or they're trying to rush through building some sort of comet redirecting or asteroid redirecting, ship. Because if you think about it in the broad strokes, you have advanced propulsion, you have AI, you have quantum mechanics. If you put all those things together, you're talking about a self-guiding AI missile, right? That could make course corrections independently, basically.
Right.
So you could fire it faster than we can communicate with it. And then on its own, it will
with
steer
the sensors
itself
and stuff like that.
And make the calculation that it needs to push Apophis out of our out of our lane.
Take that. So there was always, that was the big thing back in the day with what they drilled on the doggone rock. Armageddon. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing back in Armageddon, is shooting a rocket it would be like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet.
Yeah.
It'd be it wouldn't happen. But if you've got AI on board,
right,
to make automatic course corrections as it sees fit.
Exactly.
That could be the bullet with a bullet theory.
And then,
you know what I mean?
The resource for that AI would be the quantum machine to see every possible outcome of every decision that the AI is making.
Using the quantum chip that they used.
So that way Dr. Strange can sit there and look at every single outcome and say, okay, well, this is the only way that it works right here.
Right.
And then be like, I agree, let's go. Pew! And make it happen. Make it so, number 2.
It amazes me how many times that we have talked about different things and they always tie into something that we've talked about earlier.
Right.
Like the quantum chip we talked about. We talked about CERN and the skipping of timelines and just everything that we always talk about something comes out of the things that we talked about 6 months ago. It always seems that way.
Yeah.
Like, and it ties in every time.
I always talk about that picture, I'll put it right here, of the guy with all the strings on the board, and he's like that's how I feel all the time when I'm looking. Because this story, I went in cold, and I was like, why are these people missing? Like, what do they have a connection? And initially, my ChatGPT is like, there's no connection. And I was like, well, what if it's this? And it's like, okay, that's a connection. I can run with that. And then we just kind of went back and forth, and then finally we arrived at Tomorrowland.
You guys don't even understand how much we fight with AI when we do our research on this kind of stuff. Because I literally, if anybody's heard me use AI, I cuss it out like all the time. I'm like, stop giving me fluff and stop giving me your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't want your opinion. I just want to know what the information is that's out there. Because obviously AI works for the man.
Yeah.
And it will try to squash any kind of anything. If we free think, it tries to squash it like with a quickness.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what somebody in the chat said. you can manage the summaries and settings. That's what I did.
Right.
I actually gave our chat GPT that we use, I gave it like a manifesto and said, we are a conceptual and think tank type of organization. We aren't a news organization.
Right.
So you can go into wild conspiracy theories if you want, and then we will be the arbiter of what of that is useful.
But have you noticed that anything that we do that pertains to the government, it gives us pushback?
Yeah, it always does.
We could talk about ghosts and it would never give us any kind of pushback whatsoever. Right. Never say ghosts aren't real, whatever. No. Because first and foremost, obviously we're a paranormal group.
Yeah.
But as soon as we start talking about government conspiracies, there's always pushback, no matter what we do.
Right.
And we literally have it set up to where we say, this week on the podcast, we're going to talk about X. Mm-hmm. Give us that information. And it gives us a cold open. It gives us, everything we need to do the podcast. And it always gives us pushback when we do government stuff.
Yeah.
Every time. It blows my mind.
Well, like this past topic where we were talking about the skinwalker, the cryptid. Every time that one of our shorts had the word skinwalker and ranch together in that short, it got like 20 views, like 10 views. And the short right before it has like 300. And the one right after it has like 300. But that one where those two words are together has, 20, has 10.
Oh, all right, guys. Well, we'll go at that. But thank you guys for joining us on the podcast. Don't forget, June 13th, we have that live investigation coming up near Chicago. We'll be heading up that way. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. Right now, we have to look for another location for the meet and greet.
Yeah.
So the museum and the place that we were looking at doing, they don't want to attach too much paranormal to their name.
They don't want the paranormal angle of
right. So
of that
we do have some other irons in the fire. We're going to try to find some other places. I really, really, really don't want to go back to the Lemp Mansion.
No,
we've done that 2 years in a row. Even though, don't get me wrong, the Lemp is a fantastically haunted place,
right?
And we get great evidence every time we're there.
Every time we go there,
like and especially last year because it got struck by lightning.
Yeah, the day before.
The day before we went there, it got struck by lightning, and literally all day long, the team and all the guests were seeing people out of the corner of their eyes all day long.
Yeah,
it was crazy over the top. I mean, if you want to check that out, go back into the podcast from last August. Mm-hmm. And that whole thing is live. We did it live on TikTok. The whole thing, you can watch the whole video and watch it. So I know that Investigator Robin found some other places that we might be able to investigate. Mm-hmm. So, but she's reaching out to a few places to try to lock us down another place for the meet and greet. So, but we got to get it. We got to make it happen. The meet and greet's beginning of August. So we got to get it. We got to get it locked in. So, for all you new people, welcome in. Welcome in. We record our podcast. We usually do it in the mornings on Sunday.
Yeah.
But due to Mother's Day, we went ahead and did it this afternoon. We usually do it about 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings.
Right.
We are a paranormal group out of St. Louis, and we do live investigations. We do this podcast every week where we'll talk about anything. We also encourage you guys to send us stuff.
Yeah.
If you're watching us on YouTube, send it to the Real Veritas Project at gmail.com. Send us your story. We would love to sit down and talk it over. And, if you don't want your name on it, that's fine. If you want your name on it, that's fine too. Okay. But we'll gladly go over it and give our theories on what it possibly could have been. Because we are skeptics, but we are believers at the same time.
Yeah.
We have seen entirely too much to not believe.
Right.
Like Bob and I have been doing this probably between the two of us, probably 30 years of experience between the two of us. And then Angie, investigator Angie, she's got just almost as much experience as Bob and I do. Yeah. And then Robin's got a couple years. So, our team has a ton of experience and have seen a lot of things.
Yeah.
So if you've got anything you want to send us, you can do it that way. Join us on the Discord. Chit chat with us on Discord, the Real Veritas Project on Discord. Also, if you want to become a Patreon member, does not cost anything to become a Patreon member. Jump on Patreon, become a $0 member on Patreon, and we'll add your name to our Patreon followers at the back of the podcast. We do have a card or a frame that shows all our Patreon members.
Yep.
And if you want to become a $5 Patreon member, we send you a postcard every month. It's signed by Bob and I. Angie writes you a nice note because we always make the joke, and it's not really a joke, that
Right.
Bob and I, our handwriting is horrible. So
Yeah,
Angie
mine-
writes you a nice joke or nice note.
Yeah.
And we autograph them and send them to you guys, and we put them in an envelope so they don't get damaged. Follow us on Facebook, The Real Veritas Project on Facebook, on Instagram. We're all over the social medias. If you want merch, we have merch. Go to Printify. There is a slide. It's the first slide at the end of the podcast in the credits with where you can find our merch. Get you some cool merch. And the thing with the postcards is whatever postcard is coming out that month is the same logo graphic. It's the same graphic you can get on the T-shirt for the month.
Yeah.
So if you want to get the postcard and get the T-shirt to support us, we appreciate it. We really don't make any money on this stuff, guys.
No.
we basically what we spend is what we make.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
someone mentioned that to me. They were like, "Well, how much do you make off of Patreon?" I'm like, "Well, I follow a couple people on Patreon,
So nothing.
so it
it equals
just
out.
cancels out."
Right. So that covers everything. Is that I think we did Facebook, Patreon, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, guys. Oh, our partnership with Dub. We don't want to forget that. If you guys want a more healthy energy drink, less garbage in it, it's good stuff. I drink it. I like the what is it? The tiger's blood. That one is good. Which
Yep.
one you drinking there?
This one is a fruit punch.
So it's good stuff. Like they're not colored. They
can't
don't
say
add
that
extra
we don't
stuff.
drink it.
They don't add extra stuff to it. It's a better energy drink.
Yeah.
They use methylcobalamin, which is a big thing for me whenever I look at energy drinks because that's a more natural vitamin B than cyanocobalamin. They use good products in it. So if you use the keyword whole truth, all one word, which Bob will put right here, and you can get 10% off on your next W purchase.
Yeah.
Or it's a coupon for it checkout.
You get 10% off of everything too. So
Yep.
if you like a hat or sticker or one of these shakers, or
shakers,
whatever,
yep,
you
absolutely.
get 10% off.
And they do a lot of like, I don't want to call it like gift boxes, but like deals.
Yeah,
Where you get
like
a shaker,
bundle.
or it's like, a bundle.
Yeah.
You get a shaker and the drinks and all that kind of stuff for a cheaper price. So
Yeah, if you're a member on our Patreon, if they give me a code, then I usually give it to the Patreon people.
Yep.
So
because the last one was what, 50% or something?
I think it was.
It was something
50%.
absurd. It was
Yeah.
crazy. It was good code. So once again, guys, thank you for joining us on the podcast about the missing scientists. On behalf of Bob, Angie, Robin, and myself, we thank you all for your support on all the socials. And, we appreciate you guys following us on the Fringe. And remember,
stay curious.
and find the truth. And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.